Hello traders, this is Ochado Ochukwu from forexrescue.com. Welcome to this week's Forex trade analysis for the 30th of June 2014 to 4th July 2014. So let's get started. First off, we have the New Zealand USD daily time frame. Now on this daily time frame, if you notice that we have an area of resistance here on the daily time frame. Price is currently hovering around a major area of resistance. You can see this area was tested before, price came down, tested before. Now what further lends support and credence to this area of resistance is the formation of a monthly area of resistance. You can see this is a monthly resistance line. Now let's go to the monthly time frame to see how this plays out. Now this is the monthly time frame. You can see this is a strong area of resistance. This resistance was formed at about around 2011. You can see it's a major area of resistance. It was 2011 that this pair got to this price, and so we'll be looking for a price action setup around this area to go short, except there is a strong momentum that comes into this market. Once there is a strong momentum, it will push price beyond this level and price will look to go up. But in the absence of strong momentum, we'll be looking for a bearish price action setup to go short, a bearish price action setup or harmonic pattern to go short. Now if you look at this trade, this zone is where will be classified as a trade setup zone. We'll be looking for price action setup in form of a pin bar, an inside bar, or an outside bar, or as the case may be, or a harmonic pattern setup. And once we see a setup around this area, we could look for setup in the 4-hour time frame as well, or in the daily time frame. And once we see a valid bearish price action setup, we'll be going short, because this area is a strong area that we think that price we experience with the bullish momentum, we experience a kind of barricade before going short. Now the next pair we'll be considering is the Great British Pound USD. Now this is the Great British Pound USD daily time frame. Now if you look at this time frame very well, you notice that there is the formation of a monthly area of resistance turn support, a monthly area of support turn resistance. Now let us go to the monthly time frame to see how this plays out. Now this is the monthly time frame. Now if you can see, this area is a very strong area of support turn resistance. If you can see, in the past this area have been tested before. You can see this area have been tested before, price came down. Price almost got there and came down, and you can see price is approaching that area again. So therefore we'll be looking for a price action setup. Currently the condition of the market is, the momentum for the market is still very much bullish. Now let us go to the weekly time frame and see what is up there. Now let us come to the weekly time frame and see what is up there. Now on the weekly time frame, you will notice that there's a formation of a strong area of resistance here. You can see area of resistance. You can see, now let us zoom in to see so that you understand what I'm talking about. Now if you can see this area of resistance on the weekly time frame. Now if you notice, now you take note that there's an overlap of the weekly and monthly time frame, and this kind of overlap is a very strong indication that market may bounce off from that area. But as it stands now, the momentum for the market is still very bullish, and so therefore what are we going to be doing now? What we do is that we'll look for a bearish price action setup or a harmonic price action setup on daily time frame and 4-hour time frame. But at the stands, those setups have not occurred, so we'll be patient. We'll wait patiently to see how this setup plays out. Another reason why we are also looking for a bearish price action setup around this area, and why we feel that price will eventually bounce off from this area, is because of the formation of what we call a MACD, that is a moving average convergence divergence. You can see there's a MACD divergence here. price is going up here, MACD is coming down, and so therefore price, there's a confluence of MACD, there's a confluence of MACD, a bearish MACD setup, daily resistance area and weekly resistance area, and a support area turn resistance here. And so this area is a very, very strong area that will be looking for price action setup around 1.7037, around this area here. So we'll be looking for a bearish setup, except the fact that there's a strong momentum comes into the market and push price upward. But in the absence of that momentum, our bias is to go short around this area, especially when price breaks this zone that I've mapped out here. That is from 1.7080 to 1.6960. Now another pair that we'll be considering is the USD-JPY. Now this is the USD-JPY. On the USD-JPY, you can see that there is a weekly area of support here. Now let's go to the weekly time frame and see and really look at how this support is really is. Now on the weekly time frame of the USD-JPY, you can see that price has been ranging on the weekly time frame. Price has been ranging, but if you take note of the daily time frame, you will notice something very, very unique, and this is what you will notice. You notice that this area of support has been tested several times, and this further gives strength to the fact that price is finding it very difficult to come down. You can see 1, 2, 3, and you can see price is gradually coming down. So if price eventually breaks this area of support and comes down, the area that we'll be looking to place our trade is around this area here, around the 100.73, around this area. Now let us reduce our chart and see how this plays out. Now if you take note of this chart, you also notice this area of resistance turn support, and so therefore there's a confluence of a weekly support and this daily this is a daily trend, this is a daily daily support line, and so therefore we'll be looking for price action setup or harmonic price action or harmonic setup around this zone here, This is where we'll be looking for a setup to go up. We'll be looking to go up here, from here. We're looking to take our bullish trade from here up, while our target will be around this. This is a monthly trend line here. Now if you go to the monthly time frame, you understand what I'm talking about. A monthly bearish trend line. Now you can see this monthly bearish trend line. You can see this is a monthly bearish trend line here. You can see a very, very strong trend line. This trend line has been tested here once, and you can see how price bounced off, forming what we call an outside bar on the monthly time frame. And so therefore on the daily time frame will be, so on the daily time frame, if we place our trade around this place, we'll be looking to place our target, our profit target around here. And if you take note, this bearish trend line confluences, it merges with this area of support, area of resistance. And so if price eventually breaks this side, comes here, this you can see a very nice confluence, monthly resistance line, daily resistance line, monthly trend line. And so we'll be looking for a price action setup to go short from here. But meanwhile, this zone is where we'll be looking out for a price action setup to go up, and once it comes here, we'll look for a trade downwards. Now that is the trade setup for USD-JPY. Now the next pair we'll be considering is the USD CAD pair. Now this is the USD CAD pair daily time frame. Now if you look at this pair very well, you'll notice that price has been falling very much since the beginning of March 2014. Price has been trending down, and so the trend bias is bearish. Now, but on the daily time frame, but on the monthly time frame, you can see there's a strong area of resistance turn support. So there's a strong area of support here. You can see. Now let's go to the monthly time frame and really see this. Now, this is the monthly time frame. Now this is the monthly time frame. You can also see that on the monthly time frame, you can see this area of resistance. This area of resistance turns support. You can see this is an area where we'll be looking for price action setup. And you can also take note of this monthly trend line, this bullish trend line here. And you can see therefore there is a confluence of events. There is a confluence of events around here. This area is a very critical place. We'll be looking for a bullish price action setup to go up. Now we'll be going to our daily time frame to see how we'll place our trade. Now on the daily time frame, you can see there is also a daily resistance turn support line here, and it also converges with this this monthly trend line. And so therefore, let me reduce it so that you see. And so therefore, you can see this monthly trend line. You can see monthly trend line, and it converges with this daily area of support. So therefore, this area is a very critical place that will be looking for price action reversal. We'll be looking out for a pullback around this area. We'll be looking out for a pullback around this area. A pullback around this area. So if we see a price action setup, a harmonic price action setup on the 4-hour time or the daily time frame, we'll be looking to take a trade around this area. And so once that happens, we'll ride the trade up to this area of resistance, or to this daily trend line. Sorry, this bearish monthly trend line. This is where we'll be placing our profit target, or we'll be placing another trade entry around this region here, around this region, to go short down. And so that is the weekly trade analysis for the USD card. This is the Euro USD pair. Now if you look at this pair very well, you will notice that there is a formation of, because you can notice how price action has been playing out around this area. And if you notice now, there's a formation of there is a daily support turn resistance area, and you can see how price tested this area and bounced down, came down, and you can see how price is gradually coming in. And so therefore, we'll be looking for a price action setup around this area here. Around this area, we'll be looking for a price action setup to go short. And if we go short from this area, we'll go short, and we'll be looking for another trade entry around this area, And if you take note, there's a formation of what we call, let me reduce this chart for you to see it properly. Now if we'll be looking for price action setup around this area here, around this area. So we'll be looking for price action setup around this area, and once that happens, we'll write the trend down to this confluence area. You can see there's a confluence between this monthly trend line and weekly area of support, and so this area is a valid point to take a bullish trade and ride the trend up. So another pair we'll be considering is the AUD card, the Aussie card. Now this is the Aussie card. Now if you look at this Aussie card daily time frame, I want you to take note of something. You can see this strong weekly area of resistance turn support here. Now let us go to the weekly time frame and see it clearly. Now this is the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame. This is a strong area of resistance, turn support. You can see how price came, tested it, came up, went up, and you can see how price is coming to test it. And so except there's a strong momentum in the market to push price down, except that happens, we'll be considering a bullish price action setup around this area. Now let us go to the daily time frame and see how we are going to be placing our trade based on this. Now on the daily time frame, you will take note that there's a formation of, you can see how price came, tested this place, formed what we call an area of support, and so therefore this zone here will be looking for price action setup around this area here. So, and if that happens, we'll ride the trend up to this trend line before price comes down. And so another pair that we'll be considering is the euro card. This is the euro card. If you take note, on this euro card, there's a formation of what we call an ideal bad pattern. Now, before we take this ideal bad pattern, let us look at other factors surrounding it. Now, if you take note of this setup here, you can see there's a strong area of resistance, turn support on the weekly and on the monthly time frame. Now, let us go to the monthly time frame to see that. Now, this is the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, you can see there's a strong area of resistance, turn support, and so we expect price to come and react around this area before going up. As you can see, the overall direction of the market is bullish. It's bullish. And so therefore, let us go to the weekly time frame and also take note of the areas of support, resistance, turn support, before knowing how to take a trade on the daily time frame. Now this is the weekly time frame. You can see this strong area of resistance, turn support. You can see how price came, reacted around, almost touching it, came down, and now you can see how price touched it, came down, and before zooming up. Now if you come to your daily time frame, now there's a formation of a bat pattern, bat harmonic pattern on the bullish time frame. Now all happening around this area of this confluence of area. If you also take note, we also have daily area of resistance, turn support. You can see now this is a confluence area. This is a confluence area. This is a confluence area that we'll be looking for a valid price action setup to go up. Now this area is a very strong area. We'll be looking for price action to go up. And once this, you can see there's an overlap of the weekly and monthly trend line close to the daily weekly and support and resistance, close to the weekly area of resistance, area of support. And so this area is a valid area you will be taking a trade, and you can see there is a formation of a bad pattern around this area, and so therefore we'll be placing a trade around this area to go up. So these are the trade analysis for the week, for this week. Thank you for taking your time to watch my trade analysis. My trade analysis were done easily using the multi-price action indicator suite. I'm talking about these indicators, the multi-price action candlestick pattern, multi-price action support and resistance line, and the forest rescue harmonic indicator. I also take note that we also make use of the trend line, multi-price action trend line tool. Talking about the multi-price action trend line indicator. So these are the indicators we use in analyzing the market with ease. So therefore, and one good thing is that you may request for a copy of this indicator. We give 14-day free trial. We will not ask you for your credit card. We will not ask for any form of deduction. You will just take it and try it for 14 days. And if you are satisfied, you can order for a full version. I hope this will help you take profitable trades this week. Have a nice week ahead. Thank you.